I now recognize the Vice Chair of the Subcommittee on Africa, Global Health, and Global Human Rights, Representative Ilhan Omar of Minnesota, for 3 minutes.
Thank you, Chairman, and I apologize, Mr. Secretary, if I'd missed if this question was asked of you. I know we've been talking about Iran quite a lot. It seems like there's a kind of a stalemate with Iran negotiations, as both sides have been waiting for the other side to make the first move. It is a plain fact that we're the ones who left the deal. Why shouldn't we be the one that make the first move to rejoin?
Thank you. A couple of things on that. First, as you noted, we've been very clear that the path to diplomacy is open, and we're fully prepared to engage on it. And the President said repeatedly that if Iran comes back into compliance, we will too, and then we will try to work on the other issues that divide us, including lengthening and strengthening the agreement and dealing with these other issues that we just discussed.
I'm sorry, Mr. Secretary. If we are not re-entering the deal, how do we expect them to be in compliance? Shouldn't that happen first before we ask them to be in compliance?
The challenge is you just can't re-enter the deal by flipping a switch. We pulled out of the deal 3 years ago. The Iranians have unfortunately moved further and further away from their own compliance, and so there are and there would be challenging issues to work through that require actually talking about it that are necessary. That's why when the European Union invited all of the parties, or in our case, former parties to the deal, to start having that conversation, we immediately said yes. The Iranians have said no, and really the ball is in their court to see if they're interested in pursuing diplomacy. We are.
Appreciate that. Why haven't you lifted the sanctions that the Trump administration placed on the ICC staff, including the prosecutor Fatou Bensouda?
We're currently reviewing those sanctions. We want to make the best determination we can about the best way forward in terms of engaging the ICC. We discussed a little earlier our deep concerns about some of the ICC's efforts to exert jurisdiction in areas where we believe they don't or should not have it, but it would also be good to have a productive relationship with the ICC, and it's something that we're reviewing.
So are you saying there is legitimacy to the sanctions that were placed under Trump on the ICC?
No, all I'm saying is that it's something that's under review, and at the same time, we have real concerns about some of the assertions of jurisdiction with which we disagree, but we share certainly a common view that there needs to be accountability.
I do appreciate that, Secretary. I would like to get a clear answer on why the sanctions aren't removed. I mean, having concerns don't actually respond to why the sanctions aren't removed at the moment.
The gentlelady's time has expired.
No, just to finish up, I'd be pleased to talk to you once we complete our review and work through what we've agreed to.